Saturday night in Cary, North Carolina. TST 2025. It is quarterfinal time in the men's bracket. 2 more steps away from that $1 million prize on Monday night. The final 8 are here, and the first matchup features Drip FC and Bumpy Pitch. Not necessarily chalk, but we've got a great, entertaining game for you in the 7-on-7 fashion. And we welcome you to Field 3. There was a little bit of a weather delay getting things going, but he is the 19-year pro, Lloyd $1 Million Sam. No, you can say it now. I'm Neil Sika, here to have some fun. We've had Drip FC the last couple of games. They're growing up before our very eyes. A lot of young players who are just out of college, some still in college, and they get a Bumpy Pitch side that's got a lot of veteran pros, and when you've got the tournament's leading scorer, you're usually in good shape.
You know, all of that, I could come and give you this whole spill, but it's 3 games away from $1 million. Everything doesn't matter right now. It's about winning this game and getting to the next round. And Drip FC have been fun. Bumpy Pitch, they've got that top scorer of the tournament. Should be a fun one. That is
Carlos Borja, the former Colombian international. Let's look at the rules before we kick things off here on Field 3. 7-on-7 with 20-minute halves. If you follow the competition or are new to it, you know, or now learning, there's no offsides and there's no throw-ins. Indirect free kicks pretty much start everything back underway. Ball must be advanced every 8 seconds. That's new this year. You can't stagnate over the top of it and hold possession, usually in your own half. Every match ends in target score time, so we must have a goal scorer to complete the process of who will advance to the semifinals, which will be played tomorrow. Here are the starting lineups. And right now for Bumpy Pitch, Christian Borja. We're going to say he's got 7 goals. I know it's listed as 6.
Did you look into that? I think it's 7, yes, right? He took 2 penalties in 1 game. Let's not take any goals away from him. Excited to see him and look at Drip FC. Titus Sandy Jr., he's played really well. Davey Alves, they've got some young talent that really like to run and get in behind. Lots of energy.
Bumpy Pitch has Edgar Castillo, who's an international both with the United States and Mexico. A bevy of clubs in Liga MX and also MLS. So things had a delay. This game was initially supposed to kick off at 6:30. And we're running a couple hours behind, but we'll go right into action with the next quarterfinal on this field afterwards, which should be shaping up to be a classic. Pumas de Alabama against Newtown Pride, the champions from 2023. But that is down the line, and right now, couple of teams that many didn't have maybe in this situation have still the dream alive for $1 million on Monday night. Say no more.
$1 million. Have you ever had $1 million in your account, Neil Sika? I didn't think so.
I'm waiting for the wire transfer from you. Philly's in the house. We've got a great group cellaring around Field 3. He does have an eclectic style. Philly, part of our broadcast colleagues and team, an MASL announcer. But looking forward to this one. And we've expanded the refereeing crew for the quarterfinals. We have ARs. We have a 4th official, Alan Kelly.
Oh, yeah? We're at that stage, aren't we? Yeah, well, the officials are really important. We've seen that early in the tournament. Some yellows, it could have been reds and things like that. Yeah, I'm geared up for this, man. Quarterfinal, Drip FC. You got any more drip jokes for this? I hope you've got a few more.
We're dripping wet right now just with how humid it is and the rain that has absorbed on the field.
This might be the most humid day ever. I can't even put glasses on right now, so if I misidentify someone, it's on the humidity.
It was a wicked thunderstorm that blew through here right around 6 o'clock. You see Danny Alves, final moment of reflection. He had the target score goal, the Golden Fleece winner in that wild ending against City Soccer. Meanwhile, Bumpy Pitch, which has roots with the former team named Tranquilo, got some revenge on Quick Goal, who humbled Tranquilo in the knockout rounds last year. They beat him 1-0 to get to this point in the round of 16. So settle in. The last 8 for a place in the semifinals. This is the first matchup in the quarters, and we are underway. Heartbeat of the team is Charlie Gonzalez, Third year in the competition, longtime MASL player. He wears the 10 shirt for the team in green, and McCarthy has to spear away an opening shot that came off the wing. Bumpy Pitch won't be shy. They've got the veterans. The youth here from Drip FC now is under siege to start the game 30 seconds in.
What a great start. Not even a minute in. And look at my glasses, Neil, already steamed up. I can't even see, but that was a great strike. It's the most humid day ever. At least it's not 11 a.m. with the sun beating down on you.
One thing we also noticed, the benches have flipped from where they were on the far touchline for much of the action here at Field 3.
Oh, that's right.
But that's probably more precautionary with the conditions and the fact that there have been so many bodies walking through those signboards.
It's a bumpy pitch. Oh, sorry. Man.
Oh, get it out of the way. Bumpy Pitch, a clothing brand that was started back 15, 20 years ago in Southern California. Ben Hooper began the brand, and Brian Dunseth, our friend and colleague from Major League Soccer, was part of that when it got off the ground. And now they're reviving it, and they've got a men's and women's team in the competition, especially a year out from the World Cup in 2026. So making themselves known again, and they've got a pretty good 7v7 side. Agnew will let that steer out. Drip FC is in the white. Two completely different games for them in the knockouts. They hammered Wrexham.
And then they had to come back from the dead.
And did so with aplomb, down 2 goals 4 minutes into the game against City Soccer. Declan McCarthy was part of the Bournemouth Academy once upon a time. Laid down for the 48-game player at Clemson, Titus Sandy Jr., who has scored in the last 2 games for Drip FC.
Drip FC must like a humid game. I wonder how they're going to get on. Are they going to be running up and down like they were against Wrexham? A lot of energy. They had a high press as well.
Gomez out of the LA area. He had the game-winning goal in target score time, the 1-0 victory over a quick goal. Leads it up the middle, Andy Reyes. Reyes played small college ball in California. There's a lot of the LA, Orange County influence on the Bumpy Pitch team.
Well, let's talk about number 9, Borja, as well, top scorer of the tournament. He scores his goals in that area where goals are scored. Every single goal has been in the box. No long-range strikes, nothing too fancy. He has a lot of creativity around, and he's just good at being on the end of things. 7 goals.
7 caps with Colombia in his career. And a long career also in Liga MX, the Mexican First Division, Toluca, Braga, or America. He also played in Portugal with Braga. Ball was hit long and will be played out of the back. It is a stymie start, really, with outside of that opening shot, the pace. Very humid still, just after 8:30 Eastern time. Field 3 and carry.
Like a humid game, right? I think so. There's Davey Alves getting the winner. A bizarre way to get the winner in their last game, right? Against City Soccer. It was a tackle in front of goal. Do not dribble in front of your goal if there's no goalkeeper in there.
That's a reminder, a PSA from Lloyd Sam. Post-soccer avoidance. Alves had a goal also against Wrexham. 6 different goal scorers in their thrashing of the Red Dragons to start the knockout rounds. There's a lead up the field for Martin Lara, part of the Chihuahua Savage. Chihuahua Savage has won 3 consecutive MASL titles. There's plenty of Major Arena Soccer League experience on the roster for Bumpy Pitch.
You need it in these kind of games. You see, whenever there's MASL experience, the teams seem to really understand the dimensions, patterns of play on the small pitch. I didn't even know there was patterns of play on these kind of small pitches. I've been learning with this TST experience.
This is left back with Christian Gutierrez, former San Diego Soccer, stalking around the Drip penalty area. It will be interesting now that there's some film on what Drip has done well, and they can run, and the endless energy, you would say, for all these guys who are still in their early 20s, mid-20s. Some are still playing collegiately. But Bumpy Pitch probably is known, we're going to sit back, maybe absorb a little bit. We're not going to let them run free.
Look at this setup, though. They've got 3 guys up high. Bumpy Pitch really spreading out Drip FC. And look at the amount of space in the middle. I will say, if Drip FC win it back in the middle, there's a lot of space to counter and not many bodies back. Quite an interesting tactic from Bumpy Pitch.
Alves brings pressure. Criollo watching. It flashes to Jose Gonzalez, who played with the Newtown Pride in this competition before.
Here's the transition I'm talking about.
Given away at a 2-on-1. Criollo waits on the ball from Alves. He's brought down. Penalty. He never got the shot away. A 2-on-1 jailbreak left to right. And Alves brought it over to Criollo, who's got a shot now to set up the penalty and the goal.
Alves plays the ball at the right time. Once it does come to him, 2v1, perfect execution. And it's smart from Criollo, not saying it's a dive, but his body is in the right place to just take that foul. And this could be a great start for Drip FC. Floodgates.
Criollo played at LaSalle outside of Philly. Seattle Sounders U23 player, but it's Alves, the man on the scene right now. Drip FC. Drip, drip, drip. To the tune of another goal from Alves. 3 straight with 1-0.
Davey Alves, he has been impressive, wearing that number 10 on his back. Oh yeah, there has to be a celebration as well. Don't forget about that. It's still going on. What does that mean, Davey? You can explain after, but here is the penalty. It's a good penalty. Smaller goals, getting it right into the corner, but this Bumpy Pitch tactic with 3 players on the last line, then you give it away. There's going to be a lot of spaces for counters if you play in that sort of way.
Pressure again comes at the top for Drip FC. 10 to 11 players have influence around Carolina, Charlotte area. So there is some local feel just a couple of half hours away. And they've got good fan support here. The back pass comes from Reyes. Lead out by Gomez. Bumpy Pitch, they've been in a lot of close games.
Here's Borja holding it up.
2-1 in their group stage play. Borja, well defended. Vukovic. Real Salt Lake has his MLS rights. It's kind of the big backbone of that defense.
Salt Lake has Borja's rights.
No, not Borja's rights. Vukovic's rights.
Vukovic, okay. Vukovic has looked good in the tournament. That left foot can really strike a ball.
This ball comfortably back to the feet and hands of McCarthy. Villarreal was the first victim for Bumpy Pitch in the knockout rounds before they squeezed one past quick goal. Many might have thought were the favorites in that game. And considering that Tranquilo from last year had lost their best player to quick goal, there was a little bit of restitution there.
Oh,
an open look and an open goal. It's converted by Nsuguzi. Bad Leroy running down the middle, tying the game.
Yeah, Leroy Nsuguzi running down the middle with some pace as well. He didn't even look close. Look at the speed. He knew where he wants it and then slides it under the keeper. It's a nice feed as well from Perez. 1-1, good early start, 2 early goals.
And a little bit of a backstory that Lloyd Sam is going to love, because Leroy Nsuguzi played for the Des Moines Menace. Now, if you follow the U.S. Open Cup, the American National Championship, Des Moines' been noted for grabbing a lot of former MLS pros. There's a foul up high, and it allows Drip FC to maneuver. Ended up with nothing more than a flare back to the top of the box. Bumpy pitch goes again.
Wow.
Lamy with speed.
Gotta love players that take on guys 1v1.
Salopek up to Vukovic. Now we've got end-to-end stuff.
You gotta tell that Inzaghuzi story still.
Finishing that off. So your former teammate, good friend, our colleague at Major League Soccer, Sasha Kleshtin, who did go back to play with Des Moines Menace. A host of former MLS pros did that in the Open Cup. Had a lot of fun doing so. But Ben Phillips, who's one of the assistant general managers for putting this Bumpy Pitch team together.
Yep, that's him right there.
And Seguzi, they were looking for a willing runner up top, someone with a lot of speed, maybe to come in the secondary forward role. And Sasha Kleshtin had said, he plays a lot of golf with Ben Phillips. I think I got your guy. Case in point, Leroy Nzeguzi. And boy, did he hit pay dirt there, 1-1.
Yeah, I like the pattern there. He looks dangerous on that last line.
Borja.
Very dynamic.
McCarthy fielding that like a punt. Pardon, that was Barahona, not Borja, that was up top for Bumpy Pitch.
Funny enough, that's who they credited with that other goal where Borja should have 7, but it was given to Barahona.
We're giving Borja the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Some golden fleece and some golden boots right now. Tournament's leading scorer was 7.
And he's halfway to George Boyd, who's all-time TST with 14.
Tolentino, little steal, some hacky sack in the middle. Nzeguzi leads the break. Bumpy Pitch wants to fly. Martin Lara. Well, they're showing, even though they've played a lot of games, there's some veteran legs, but the youth is saying, let's fly.
Still got energy. I mean, both teams do. It's 3 games away from a million, 3 wins away. Doesn't sound far away when you say that, but they've been through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears already. Lots of target score periods.
Barahona running onto it. There's a pinball effect after the rebound goes to Mitchell Cardenas.
What a block, by the way, Brady O'Neill.
There's Charlie Gonzalez. He's the heartbeat of the team, the 10 shirts. Wide again, digging out the tackle and doing a fine job of it with that play back towards midfield. Giacomo Sanvitali.
This crafty guy.
He stood tall over there.
Looks dangerous on, there he is again on that left foot.
Move inside where McCarthy is going to scoop it up. Drip FC, a team that 2-3 weeks ago was just assembling itself. A Jogby. On back now, and the movement comes with Brady O'Neill. Good matchup out on the far side. Tolentino defending Lara, which we've seen
Lara's
in the
left-footed
action.
one coming in. And
Lara's wearing
crafty.
22 in green and
Got you.
23
There's
in
been a lot of discrepancies with these
Tolentino.
numbers. It's listed as number 15.
They look good. How about the pinstripes on both teams?
I do like these kits.
Bumpy Pitch is known for their fashion, and Drip FC is known for their style and influence and culture. So we've got this meshing of a good uniform matchup.
Yeah. Stylish matchup. Who's the king of style? Drip FC.
Are you baiting me to say you? Gomez. I don't know, I've heard around town we've been to Charlotte. I might have taken that throne from you a couple of times. One time.
It was one time you were impressed
I've heard
with
about
something.
4 times.
4 times. Okay, that's news to me. I remember one time in particular, you know, you're not too bad yourself.
Oh, all right.
Opening half of our quarterfinal.
Gomez settling things down. We've got 5 minutes till halftime. Each team with a goal. The penalty converted by Alves. And then Nzagouzi burning down the straightaway here in Cary. Tied the game. Borja. Oh, good. His best efforts to hold it up. There's the run coming from Fernando Garcia. Garcia had one of the goals earlier in the day with the win over City Soccer. It was a crazy, crazy ending to that game, and it was preceded by a dog-so red card. Speaking of talking about fashion, we had the wardrobe malfunction, putting the bib on.
Oh, yes. That was a crazy game, crazy ending. Drip FC have been involved in some interesting games on the way to this quarterfinal.
Let's not forget they beat Club America after holding a 3-goal lead in target score time. Gave it up. That's good hold-up play, giving it up. And McCarthy has to fall to his right. Smothers the shot at the end from Alan Perez.
Borja now coming off, but he really understands how to play number 9. He is an old-school number 9. Not too much dropping off and false 9 touches on the ball. It's hold-up play. And there's the hold-up play. Great touch. It's unlucky.
Sandy Jr. watching the outlet. San Vitali.
There's San Vitali.
Yeah, Giacomo San Vitali wears 22.
His family's at home thinking, that's not San Vitali.
Well, and I knew that right away, but
it was me.
Then we were misidentifying which roster are we talking about. So we squared away for you. Garcia. Ooh. That was dangerous, and the foul is given. Well, Drip FC wants to go quick.
Garcia's saying he scored after he touched that ball. Did the ball not go out of play?
Gomez keeping an eye on things. He was the one who came out. Now going to discuss that with the veteran AR, Corey Rockwell.
What happened?
Did they say that it may have gotten the hand of Garcia?
I have no idea what was said. Davey Alves is trying to get an explanation.
Adonis Alawar is our referee. He's had several games in the competition, so he's in the middle. Alan Kelly, who was one of the top MLS referees in his day, is the 4th official. We've expanded that set. They're in the pink. This is Field 3. This is the first quarterfinal underway in the men's division. And the spot in the semifinals.
Huge.
2 steps away, and then you're playing for $1 million Monday night. Think about that.
This is huge. This is a huge game. You'll handle those nerves, and I like to go safe. Don't give up anything silly. A bumpy pitch, they want to be expansive.
Gonzalez harassed by Tolentino. And McCarthy will bring it down. He's got Vukovic back there, he can rely on. Jake Shannon usually maneuvers well. He'll come in and anchor along the back. Sandy Jr. All the way down at the byline. And
we have 1 minute remaining.
There was a little bit of disgust and then bounced in for a brief souvenir by Garcia.
These changes are coming quick and fast for Bumpy Pitch. Borja comes off for 20 seconds, comes back on. A little break, straight back to it.
You think you could get on the Garcia gym routine there, Lloyd?
I could do
or
that.
Borja,
I could do that. 20 seconds on, off, then back on again. He's coming off again, Borja.
Well, just how fit they look. It's impressive.
Wow, Nzagouzi, he really moves well. Look out, Borja's coming back on.
They've got their own threat.
I would love to hear about this substitution pattern here with Borja coming on and off like really quickly. As soon as they're defending, he comes off.
They're Coached by former MLS player Tino Nunez.
And isn't Moedu's brother involved in this as well?
Yes, he is. Reggie Adu.
That's right.
Tino Nunez played 12 games with Salt Lake back in 08-09.
Folks, we have reached halftime here on
Salt away the first half. We're past 20 minutes. It's 1-1. Sweaty conditions with dark falling here in the first quarterfinal.
It's looked like a quarterfinal. I mean, Bumpy Pitch playing a little bit open. Second half, oh, it's going to be a big second half in target score time.
Halftime here on Field 3, 1-1 in the quarters. Welcome back, Cary, North Carolina. First quarterfinal, TST 2025. Bumpy Pitch and Drip FC. A goal apiece. Alves scored on the penalty, and then Nzagouzi had the answer for the team in green, Bumpy Pitch. They had 4 shots and 4 on goal.
Now I'm looking at the stats. I've got to give Bumpy Pitch more credit. It felt even-ish, but you see that 4 on goal as well. Oh, good first half for Bumpy Pitch. Drip FC, got to see them running in behind like they were against Wrexham.
Ready to go in half number 2.
In green will be attacking the scoreboard end. 20 minutes left in regulation.
Away we go. A spot in the semifinals. Spot number 1, which will be played tomorrow. Sika and Sam. Sam and Sika. Our fantastic crew.
Look at this. Look at the amount of bodies in that corner.
It's the clearance that comes from Andy Reyes. McCarthy's been the guy in between the sticks for Drip FC. Jake Shannon. Oh, a Jogby. What? A jolt right around his defender, but it's well wide. Played 1 season at Ohio State, part of the Vancouver Whitecaps Academy at Jogby.
Wow, that just flashed past the post. Good hold-up play, spins off. Really slippery play from him.
Vukovic a battle, he hacks it right in front of the bench.
Absolutely lashes that by the post.
There's a rocket back by Gomez. Christian Gutierrez hitting a grounder right at McCarthy. You've got longtime veteran and MLS pro Edgar Castillo, mentioned him, but Jonathan Bornstein's on this roster. They have featured in limited minutes coming toward the knockout rounds.
Committed.
It's good work here from Barahona. They call him the Snake.
Wow.
But it's lost, and then the shot taken on by Drip FC's Tolentino, Caden Tolentino.
They call him the Snake. I'd love to know why. It's not a nickname you often hear.
38-year-old Barahona.
I'm sure you've been called a snake before in your life.
I mean, you're throwing the daggers out.
I wonder if you've been called a snake. How's that?
No, never.
Okay. Here he is.
Just simply a gentleman, that's all. Barahona. He played for 20 clubs in his career. The man wearing 8 in green.
This is Lara. I like his. Oh,
Lara!
Wow.
Got that championship pedigree. Flashed the shot wide.
I like his craftiness. You know what he's trying to do. You know he's probably going left. He still baits you into going the other way. And that was close past the post. Is that 8 seconds?
It is 8 seconds. Cannot sit on the ball, and even Bumpy Pitch just fronted so high upfield with the press. 3 minutes old the second half. They outshot their younger counterparts, for the most part, at least in terms of the age factor. And they weren't shy on saying, you know, we'll come out, maybe feel it out, sit back, bide our time, and then rev it up when target score time comes along. Bumpy Pitch.
Great
long
ball.
outstretched ball. It's on the turn. Tolentino never got a shot out of it. That's good recovery defending.
Exactly.
Cesar Cerda, certified excellent former indoor soccer league player and current San Diego Sockers. Nzagouzi.
That was aggressive play. Refs let go.
There's the Bumpy Pitch goal. Rolling along Vukovic. Boy, he is good on the ball for his size.
Oh, another good ball.
1 season collegiately at Marshall.
Jake Shannon's passing from deep areas has been great.
I think Shannon played at UNC Wilmington. Cross inside, a Jogby. Just a little bit of a flick. No trouble for Gomez in the end.
That was an important defensive touch in there. Jogby was just waiting to convert. open the center circle. So much space in the middle of the pitch. You don't often see games like this.
Christian Gutierrez. He's back for cover with the defense.
So here's the bumpy pitch tactic again. You can only see bumpy pitch in their own half, but if you see the whole field, there's 3 players, even 4 now, just outside the box, outside of Drip FC's box. Spacing.
Maybe they're thinking, hey, let's get these young guys to cover a little bit more ground.
With the high press, maybe.
Yeah, that's not bad. Jonathan Bornstein is out there right now, 13 in green for Bumpy Pitch. And it's brought along by Gutierrez.
No one's in a position to counter press though for Bumpy Pitch, so you have to be really good on the ball. You can't give it away. Well, you'll see what happened on Drip FC's first goal, which led to a penalty. Quick break.
5 minutes into the second half, that humid haze hanging over the field. Revving the engine, and it's rocketed over.
That's the other side of the tactic. If you run into that space, you can get to the edge of the box.
There's Gonzalez. He is their marquee man, building out of the middle. He's helped put this team together. Gonzalez finding pieces that he's played with through the Arena Soccer League, and great leader. Former Newtown Pride player too. They'll be playing next on this field. Only team that's made the semifinals the first 2 years of the competition. Newtown Pride, 23 and 24. They were the 23 champs.
Comes the press.
Jogby forcing the issue on Reyes.
Fair play to Drip FC. How many teams have we seen press every game? Like, that's just how they play. It's not really been a TST tactic from what I remember. High pressing. I've seen pick your moments. It's generally their tactic.
Their head coach, Anthony Stovey lives in the Miami area. So they're maturing before our very eyes, especially what they've gone through winning the last 2 games. Espinosa. And that shot that carries over through the face of goal. Some movement here from Bumpy Pitch. Castillo is on. They will keep the depth flying. The team in green. Charlie Gonzalez.
Borja's not had any looks at goal, which is surprising. Top scorer of the tournament, 7 goals. The number 9 for Bumpy Pitch. He's not had any joy just yet. He won't stop hanging around that area where goals are scored. 6-yard box, penalty spot, all those zones.
Is that a credit to Vukovic, or maybe some of the philosophy where now there's all these numbers in and around the penalty area? Now here comes Borja.
It's been hard to advance something, and I wouldn't say just Vukovic, maybe the team collective. It's been hard to really get in and around the box and have time to create.
And now the line of confrontation starts with Alves at midfield. He wants Garcia to shave to the near side. Borja does hold it up. Dragging movement, Perez. Cardenas. Gutierrez going back to Gomez and says, let's slow things down.
1v1s all over the pitch. If someone can beat a man, then drag somebody else's man. That's how you kind of get open and a little bit loose. And look at this, little bit of space.
Serra.
Slowed down.
2-time MASL champ. Number 6 in green on the ball right now. First team all MASL performer in his day. Serra, Cesar Serra. Now Mitchell Cardenas. Lots of possession in this second half so far for Bumpy Pitch. Approaching the midpoint of the second 20. Win and go on to the semifinals. And a loss ends the dream million, which will be played on Monday night. Lift for Borja. Vukovic marking him. Former Colombian international. Scrapes it back, Cardenas. Gomez looks long. Vukovic again is in the right spot. Heading that around, Charlie Gonzalez. McCarthy will scoop. Kind of looks maybe the opposite of maybe what we thought the game would be, where there's all these runs and movement from Drip FC.
I was gonna say we saw Sandy Jr. with the captain's armband, but there's two captain's armbands. He has one, Vukovic has one as well. They are the leaders on the side. Drip FC.
That sounds very Drip-like. If the armband looks good, multiple people can wear it.
Have you used the word drip before to describe clothing?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, but not to you.
Why not to me? I think I'm the one you should do it.
No, I would say you would have drip, but we haven't actually discussed it in a conversation.
Have you used it? Can you use it in a sentence for us that you might use? Can we hear that?
That shirt you had, some good drip.
I love it, Nelsinka.
Am I accepted now? There's that.
No, I wouldn't say I use it that much. Okay. You use it more than me, apparently.
Well, apparently it's all happened in the last 30 seconds.
Some good drip. I might have said drippy.
Michael Lopez. One thing, there's plenty of perspiration out there right now. It's just saturated and smarmy. Not a lot of breeze after that evening thunderstorm. Both goals in the first half.
It's a gloomy evening. It's very, very strange game with these conditions. Dark, you see the mist and the smoke from the lights and the humidity. You can see it.
We're in the city of Oaks, too. Raleigh, the capital of North Carolina. All the trees that kind of guard on the perimeter pretty much everywhere you're driving in town. It's a lovely, Gary is lovely, and they are phenomenal hosts.
Yep, I like to be in Cary this time every year. Well, there's a few that are thinking the same.
That's an 8-second stall.
The ref is really on it with that one. It was just kicked as he was blowing the whistle.
So we're going to the corner flag for Drip FC. Record crowds expected at this edition of the TST. 40,000 fans filled the stands last year throughout the almost week event here in Cary, North Carolina. Brady O'Neill's in the back. He plays to McCarthy. Leroy Nzagouzi hanging around up top. He could be a one-man wrecking crew with.
He runs like a spring gazelle, just on its toes and just ready to explode. Nzagouzi.
John Agnew grew up in South Carolina. Waits on that crossfield ball. Entry back in. Won't quite get to Garcia. He will get the second ball. Soccer Dave Belliette on the field for Drip FC, was looking to hustle it down. Agnew's pass in the interior. Martin Lara, sore ribs coming in, but he looks no worse for the wear. 22 in green, leads the transition. Alami held up for the moment, but he does force a corner.
Isn't it funny? It's not been a chippy game, has it, for a quarterfinal? We've seen some chippy games in the group stages. This has been quite friendly between the two stylish teams. Or not friendly, but there's nothing that's gone over the line. No bad tackles, no arguments.
It's been a good taste. Is that a good way to say
it?
To describe the way they look and
yep.
how the game is being played. But it's tooth and nail, and it's one of those games you can sense you don't want to get
a little mistake.
That crucial mistake, yes.
It is.
Agnew late on the challenge. What a save, McCarthy. Well, it was right in the wheelhouse of Gonzalez, who went low. 5 minutes remaining in regulation. Lara
I could watch Lara all day, dropping those shoulders, going left and right. Here's a save. It goes, luckily, straight at McCarthy on the ground. Gets his feet to it.
And Lopez just took a cross, where us gentlemen can all sympathize with.
Was that what happened?
Yes.
From how you said that, now I know what happened.
Now you know exactly what I was talking about.
Give him as much time as he needs.
And he's trying to laugh through it all.
It takes a while, but just when you think you're ready, you might need a bit more time.
Yeah. How many times did that happen to you in your career?
It's happened. And
would you smile like that? How would you react?
For the first few seconds, you feel like you're on another planet. When you come back down to Earth, you still need a bit more time. It's probably the worst pain ever.
Gomez really hit that long. And his counterpart in net, Declan McCarthy. Here comes the pressure again from Bumpy Pitch. Want to force the issue. Nice. That's calm under pressure from McCarthy.
Ice in his veins. Good ball.
Agnew back across the grain. There's Lopez. Took the worst of that cross at the other end and now burning up the wing. Criollo had that skip over his head courtesy of a bumpy pitch deflection, so that leads to a corner. Now you've got Nico Salopek up in the air. Hit awkwardly, and then the clearance. No one seems to want it for the moment. Agnew has it tucked away. Best chance of that second half for Drip FC. The Ajagbe look very early on.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Flash past the post.
Agnew, good header in the direction of goal. Criollo took a little bit of a spill.
About to whisper something. Target score time is coming, and that is going to be crazy. That is going to be fearful. I would feel the same. If I'm on the pitch, I would be a bit anxious about it. It could go either way, but it's so nervy.
The potential for what could be on Monday. Here comes a good movement from Gonzalez and earns a free kick after the foul from Agnew. Whether you're a 20-year seasoned pro or just coming out of the college ranks, that amount of coin makes your stomach stir a little bit when you think what could be the possibilities. There was a caution given there.
Here's the foul from Agnew. It looked like he's got the ball shifts. That's what I saw first time.
Charlie Gonzalez will stand over this. Ernesto Espinoza is also out there. I like to call him Seba, though. Part of the Tijuana youth system. He played for the Chattanooga Red Wolves a couple seasons ago. Number 99 in green on the right side of your screen. And they'll give way for Espinoza.
A million bodies in front of that goal. I would just blast it straight at these bodies.
He does. The deflection was also fortuitous because it's right on the boots of Perez, who pops it over.
Yeah, when it's wet like this and slippery, you just want to smack it into those bodies. It could go anywhere, including the back of the net. It's good hold up.
O'Neal. Back for McCarthy. Plot thickening. Not far off from target score time, looking like a next goal win situation. Unless someone can take one at the death here. 1-1 game, both goals in the first half.
With 1 minute remaining in regulation.
First semi-final spot will be locked up on this field. Hold up play off the long ball from Drip. And Zaguzzi, swivel and turn, right back in the path of O'Neal. Now Agnew comes over. Stalked a little bit by Perez.
Oh, good ball around the corner.
Criollo left it down. And Zaguzzi
Spring Gazelle.
through the muck.
Oh,
Down he goes. He's also got the shiftiness.
I don't want to defend him. I don't want to. You have to have quick twitch to defend Nzaguzzi. Oh, he's coming off again.
The lasting image we have of Sasha Kljestan at this competition was
Nani in his face.
his handshake with Nani, or the attempt to, in that incredible game on this field basically a year ago at this time.
Look at this run up.
And that's a low dart that got through the bodies. But there's maybe something a little bit more that's brought to the forefront with Kljestan's recruitment of Nzaguzzi, who drew that foul and gave Drip FC a scare on the ensuing free kick. But we are headed to target score time. 1-1, another look at that blast.
I love the strike. It just needs a redirection. But get hold of your seatbelts. We're going into target score time to get into those semis.
Next goal wins here on Field 3 in the quarters. Bumpy Pitch, Drip FC.
Target score time works.
Target score time here at Field 3. No one's leading, so that means the next goal wins. 1-1 after 40 minutes. A very even game, you would say, even though Bumpy Pitch has had a few more shots and dictated a little bit more possession. A player removed every 3 minutes until we see someone with a second goal. Lloyd Sam is nervous, folks.
I am nervous. I'm nervous for the boys out there. Similar to when in an 11-a-side it goes to penalties. I'm really nervous because I understand that
You've gone this far, right?
It's going to be a villain. I am really nervous for these boys. These are young boys. No, 3 wins away from $1 million.
Some still playing collegiately.
Yep.
But on the flip side, Bumpy Pitch living out the dream that many did at a high professional level or played in the Major Arena Soccer League. It still brings that competitive nature and anxiety out of you, doesn't it?
Just be over so quickly, man. That's the sad part, but that's the game. It's the game we love to watch. And no team has got one to give right now. It's 1 goal and it's over.
Jogby creeps on up to Serta. The winner moves to the semis. It's all over for the one that falls in defeat. Bumpy Pitch and Drip FC. Not many had this penciled into the one of 4 quarterfinal matchups. McCarthy feels a little bit of light pressure. Soccer Dave Balliette. All of his social media followers hanging on a knife's edge for this game.
So because it's first team to score, once it goes down to 4v4, 3v3, they're going to have the advantage. Whoever has that first attack where you can bring your goalkeeper out and really push will have that advantage.
Remember, Gomez, the goalkeeper for Bumpy Pitch, has the game winner from their most recent in target score time against Quick Goal, 1-0.
That's right. And Davey Alves has the other for Drip FC.
Balyet flashing some moves. He was in the competition last year, playing the tournament with Borussia Dortmund. Some hold-up play comes from Tolentino. Sandy Jr. Soccer Dave, Sandy Jr.
Ground from Sandy Jr. It has to go on the ground. He had a striker there, right at that 6-yard line. Gets that wrong. He hasn't got a lot wrong in this tournament, Sandy Jr.
Rising up is Borja.
So this is where you would see a new town pride just keep the ball for a long time, let those numbers go down. Drip FC are high pressing on the other side, so Bumpy Pitch couldn't do that, but I wonder, slight high pressure from Bumpy Pitch as well, actually. Zaguzi's coming.
Soccer Dave holding it up. His team has launched some long balls. Soccer Dave! What a save by Gomez, who saves Bumpy Pitch's campaign.
There was something intriguing about that save. It looked like it skipped off the ground and it was a late reaction with the left hand. But he located the ball really well. Here's the turn and shot. Skips off the ground. He gets down and gets that left hand to the ball. And you said what, Brian Dunseth is involved initially with Bumpy Pitch. Big old bear claw. He gets over.
Yes.
That's a Dunnyism.
We didn't get a rising like a salmon in there. Maybe if Borja jumps for one.
Still time for one of those.
Didn't know if Balyet had it in the arsenal. Here's Borja winning it over! Monir Alami! Bumpy Pitch is staying on the field! They're off to the semifinals! 2-1.
Wow, this was a game you didn't know where it was going to go, and Bumpy Pitch, they find that one moment. A little chance from Alami, and he puts it against that bar and in. Bumpy Pitch advanced to the semis, 2 wins away from $1 million. It's been an intriguing game. No team has blown the other team away with a performance here. It's been quite even. And in those games, it just comes down to moments, and can you convert when you get your chance? It was a big save on the other end. And a big goal.
How many times have we seen it in the competition? A great defensive play and then fireworks on the other end. Hit it long, win a second ball.
Yeah, and here it comes. It was a missed duel. It comes down to little things like that. And then Alami, it's a good finish. But the missed duel is the mistake we were talking about. No one wants to make a mistake, and you know, sometimes those mistakes are forced. Bumpy Pitch. Not talking about the field, but the team are going through.
Boy, we saw a lot of growth from these youngsters from Drip FC. Enthralling moments, but they have their campaign end in the quarterfinals. The Adidas Golden Fleece. Monir Alami, the 25-year-old from Morocco. He's an MASL player, Empire Strikers. He's played in the U.S. Open Cup with Chicago FC. And this, Lloyd, is the 4th one-goal win in a row for Bumpy Pitch. And they're on to the semifinals.
Yeah, that's high mentality wins. When you win by 1 goal, you just do enough. And you defend enough to keep the other team out, but it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. Drip FC, they've been great for the tournament. It's been great having them here. But it's all about Bumpy Pitch today.
Nothing's bumpy. It's smooth into the semifinals for the team in green. Alami with the winner in target score time. 2-1 the final. We thank our great crew. For Lloyd Sam, I'm Neil Sika. More coming up from the soccer tournament here in Cary.
Cheerio.